So this one feels kind of weird to make, this video, because this has been something that it's been in the pipeline now for so long. It's always been that thing in the distance, you know, and I always kind of knew it was there, like lingering in the background, and now that it's so close, it just feels strange. It's so hard to describe. It's like, and I'm feeling all the different types of emotions, so let me kind of just talk my way through this book. What I have in my hands right here, this is a document from my place of work, and it is a career break policy. So what that means is you can take a career break. So basically your job goes on pause, right? You go on pause, you take a maximum amount of time where you can take out of your job, you can go and do whatever you want, and then your job is always protected to come back to. If this is the time, then you gotta do it. I'm taking a career break. I'm actually leaving the country. I'm leaving the UK for what probably will be 12 months. You know, and I've never done anything like this before. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. You know, I remember like when I joined my job back in 2014, and even then I was talking about saying, oh, I'd love to go to America, and I'd love to go and do that for a big length of time. You can only do it once in your career, one time. So when I do this, that'll be it. I'll never be able to do it again. And I've always wanted to do that, you know? And the purpose of the career break is, as I said earlier, it protects your job, right? So if all goes horribly wrong in that time, I can't imagine it will, but if everything, you know, suddenly just turns to shit, I've always got my job to come back to. And that's the main thing. I've got that protection, right, back home. But yeah, I'm gonna go to America. Last time I was there was a couple of weeks ago. I turned 35 when I was out there, and I just think like, now's the time. You know, it's like, I had a taste of life there, and I've started to build friendships there. I'm in a relationship with my partner that lives out there, and I've always wanted to see different parts of America. I've wanted to travel, I've wanted to do so much. And I don't want to get to a point in life where I'm like, you know, I'm hitting 40 or like 45, 50, and like thinking back, like, God, I wish I did that when I was still like in my mid-30s. I wish I did that, you know, I wish I went out and just did that thing. Because time just, if the pandemic's taught us anything, you know, the first lockdown was 2 years ago. And I think if that teaches us anything, it's that life goes by and time goes by just like that. It's so quick. Excited, I'm nervous, I'm like everything together, but I know that I've got the support to do it. You know, I've got the support of like everybody around me to do it. And you only live once, right? You only live once, and why not? I've given myself a safety blanket here. I know I've got my job to come back to, I've got my family that still live here, so give it a go. That's what life's all about, right? Like grabbing the bull by the horns and just giving it a go. And that's what's happening. It's surreal to think in a couple of months' time I'll be out of this place. But I'm looking forward to it, I'm excited, and I'm going to take you guys along on the journey with me, packing up, doing all of that, and yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. All right. Just sorting out the wardrobe, which has been stuffed more and more since I've lived here. Literally every time I buy things, clothing wise, I just shove it straight in somewhere. But one thing I do love to collect is caps, flat caps, and I'm a big fan of the band Lord of the Lost. So I have one of their caps with the Judas logo. I also have a pink beanie with the Judas logo on as well. I have a Vans cap. the Bring Me the Horizon cap as well. And then I've got three of these bad boys as well actually. So I've got a Vans. I've got this one, the beanie with a little bobble on top, which is quite Christmassy, so I'll probably wear that December time. And then I've got this one. So this one was bought for me. It was an Abercrombie & Fitch one for Christmas. And I think I wore this. Did I wear this when I went to Chicago maybe? Can't remember now, I'll have to double check. Keep stopping when I pull things out and I'm like sitting there and I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember this. Then like looking at it and going over it and thinking, right, I actually need to like crack on. But yeah, even this like Evil Dead t-shirt, I remember I wore this for a podcast that I did. So I've got stuff I'm throwing out, stuff that's going to charity. The bed is just a mess. Stuff that's been recycled, stuff that I need to pack in my actual suitcases. And then this is memory box stuff down here. So I've got stuff everywhere. I think the stuff on the bed is just stuff that I need to keep, but I need to decide like where I'm going to put it. Some of it's clothing actually, so that should go down there. But yeah, like I always keep boxes for stuff as well. You know, like when you buy, I don't know, like for example, like Apple TV, I've got a box here, right? And just, I keep it just in case. I always think, oh, you never know, you might need that box. I'm kind of making a rule with clothing where it's like, if I haven't worn it in a year, it's going in the charity bag. So yeah, that one I actually did wear a couple of months ago. I don't know why it's stuff back in here, but like, what's this for example? Is this just a plain white t-shirt? Plain white t-shirt, which is, you know, a classic, but yeah, I haven't worn it forever. So, you know, let's give it away. That's something for work. So as I'm going through this, I'm just remembering like, right, this is where I keep all my shorts. This is where I keep like chill out stuff. This is towels, bags, a million shoes, which, right. So I'm gonna have to decide what I'm taking, what I'm leaving, what I'm throwing away. I've got more boxes in here. Why do I keep so many boxes? And just other stuff as well at the back, more boxes at the back. So I have to really decide what I want to take here, but you know, you just think like, oh, just empty in the wardrobe, it'll take like 5 minutes, and here we are like 3 hours later and I'm still going. So I was going through another box of stuff down here and this bad boy came up, and this is my yearbook. So I remember I went to Hetton School, so I'm originally from Hettonley Hall. And my year, so this is the year 2002 to 2003, I'm old, man. Yeah, I remember my year was the first year that did like yearbooks in our school. So it was like run by this yearbook committee of like all of these girls on the back. And yeah, and inside, you know, it's got some of the teachers on the front, and then it's a little bit embarrassing actually, but so year 11 pupils from 2002 to 2003, head boy, get a load of this guy. There he is. Yep, and I still have these two little badges here, so head boy and prefect badges. And it was done by voting. I just remember I was like friendly with all of these girls and all of the popular girls in school, and then they just convinced all of the other girls basically in the year just to vote for me as head boy, which is hilarious. But yeah, so many faces. I remember, God, it's crazy looking back now, like all the faces of like everybody you just walk past in school, right? You just walk past and see them like every single day, and that was your life for like 5 years. Yeah, and like you had like your form class. I remember seeing everybody there who I used to see like every morning for like 5 years, and like you'd have like, you know, the register taking and that together, and then you'd see them again on an afternoon, and all of the different schoolhouses. It was very Harry Potter. There we go, another one from the memory box. I even had these. Oh my God, no way. Oh man, what the hell? forgot I had this. So I remember, God, back in the days when I was early 20s, still in the closet, and I used to keep kind of like a journal. It was more just like a book of writing, really, and I used to just like record like loads of like my thoughts and stuff like that. But I used to write it in this like not really kind of logical way. It was just more kind of just spouting. I remember I used to do this exercise. I read about it when they said if you want to get anything off your chest of how you feel in this point, like just put pen to paper, start writing, and just don't stop writing. And however it comes out, it just comes out. And I started doing that, and a lot of it was like, I think it was when I was experiencing the most depression of my life, and it was the deepest, it was the darkest time of my life, really. You know, I was still in the closet, and I was just really deeply depressed. This was like a big out for me. You know, I used to just put pen to paper, and I would just write, and I would just write and write and write. And I mean, you know, you can see like just pages here of stuff. And I actually forgot about this. I was thinking about this a couple of weeks ago, and I was thinking like, I remember I used to do this, and then crazy that this has just turned up. I literally thought this was lost. I had no idea I still had this, and it's crazy looking back over this now, because I'm in such a much better place, you know, and I'm much happier now, and my life is so different compared to, you know, the person that I was when I wrote this. It's crazy. And I read some of this, it's pretty dark, but yeah, it's just crazy to look back. Like it is a diary in a way, you know. It reminds me of how I felt at that time, and a lot of the subject matter is like pretty dark, but yeah, it was cathartic. You know, it helped me get a lot of stuff out, and like to put pen and paper now, like the writing I would do now would be completely different. It would be totally different. Totally forgot I even had that.
A glass jar falls from the sky and smashes on the ground. Earth's last hope. The shards of glass are the people of this world. We cannot feel because we will be cut. We cannot hold because we will harm. I licked the glass to taste something. Instead, society laughed as I lost my freedom of speech. My nails reflect the glass and my eyes reflect the past. I still see you. You are the cornerstone of my mind, the stubborn nail in the wood, the internal itch, the penny at the bottom of the well. You are a dying race, and you have left me. You have left us. Your arms have never met mine. I offered you the road to take, and you kicked sand into my eyes. Sand formed from the rocks of the earth to teach me my origin. I have waited for you as time mocked me with each passing hour. And then I see you. My lungs breathe new air, my eyes see new colour, and my hands feel the soft touch of the wind. You left us as we left you. We were ignorant of this peace. I asked a question and you answer, one day. I hope that day is soon. Here. I'm just holding my phone so it doesn't fall, but this could be my very last drive ever in this car. So with me relocating, I don't need it anymore. So yeah, I've got somebody who's coming to buy it. It was supposed to be today actually, but then he's rescheduled for tomorrow, which is fine. So I'm literally got time like to do anything to it. So there's a garage that is literally just up the road from me, so I'm going to take it up there. They're going to like professionally clean it and hoover it out and everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go and take it, get that done. Like they like professionally like polish it and everything like that, which is pretty cool. Like I've had it done by them before and they have it like a brand new pin, so I'm gonna go and get that done. And then yeah, and then it's pretty much ready to go. I've like taken out, like, do you know when you keep like old CDs and everything like that in the car that
like in the glove box, and you just think like, wow, I haven't listened to them in years. So I cleaned all that out, and yeah, I've just gone through that and getting out as much crap as I can. So I haven't just woke up, let's just be real. But so the people that were supposed to come from my car yesterday, they cancelled, but they're coming today. So they're literally on their way. They've just sent me like a live location, so they're on the way. So yeah, yesterday was nuts. Like my whole family came over and we just did a clear out of the whole place. So all hands on deck, everyone just like grabbed bags and just grabbed stuff, and just literally everyone just helped, and it was amazing. So the whole place now is just looking really, really bare minimum. So I've just got the bare essentials in here, just a little bit of clothing, some food, and then just stuff that I can take back with me on the last day. So this is the second off last day now. So today is going to be the day of just like painting, cleaning, like bathrooms and stuff like that. And yeah, and then just making sure like anything I absolutely don't need, I can just throw in the bin. Anything that I essentially do need or do need to pack, then I put in my suitcases and stuff like that. But yeah, like day two of final day of being in this flat, it's surreal. It kind of hit me a little bit this morning when I woke up, and I kind of looked around and I was making breakfast, and I was like, wow, like I don't know why, but just today, like day two, like the last day, second off last day, sorry, that's when it hit me more. I don't know, it's strange. But yeah, so what I'm going to do before they come to buy the car, I'm going to go and put a little bit of petrol in, because it's literally got nothing. And I don't want to like, because I think they get in and do like a little test drive before they buy it off you. So I don't want them to jump in and like, my car makes this loud beep to tell you that there's like, I think about 25 miles left before it needs petrol. So I don't want them to jump in and then just be like, you know, beep. And I'll be like, well, sort that out, slamming the door and walking away with the money. So yeah, so I'm going to go and like put like a little bit of petrol in for them. And then that'll officially be my last drive in the car, which is crazy. That car's been through like, yeah, I've taken that everywhere. You know, I've done road trips with that car and been down to like music festivals and traveled backwards and forwards like to work. And, you know, I mean, been to like my parents' house like a billion times in it. And yeah, been up and down the country and just everything. I remember getting it in 2015, and, you know, I've had it everywhere. So that'll be one big milestone, getting rid of the car, which I know sounds crazy. It's just a car, but when you've had it for that long and, you know, it's been always the reliable thing in your life, and all the shit that's gone wrong with it and repairs and everything like that, when the exhaust fell off and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to go and get properly ready now, and then, yeah, say goodbye to it. It's going to be weird not having a car. The first time in, you know, since I was 17 that I haven't owned a car, which is nuts. So I've got morning head there, but I just don't care. So what some of you might remember is this wall behind me here, right here. I used to have some shelves, and this is where all of my books and everything were. I had the scythe on top and everything, but yeah, so these shelves are now gone. Everything's packed away. The boxes are full of books, which is so damn heavy. I'm going to do everything today, so I want everything boxed up, everything done, and then I'm going to do fresh paint work of some of the walls. I'm going to like clean everything, like clean stuff like the oven and like the bathrooms and stuff like that. And then, cause like there's a couple of like nail holes and that on the walls of like where I've had stuff hanging up. And then, you know what, that's pretty much it. I've got stuff like DVDs and that to still box up. Well, Blu-rays. A couple of DVDs to be fair. And yeah, like that's kind of it. And then just going around doing little bits. Like I've got a friend coming over who's buying the microwave, the kettle, the toaster, coffee, tea and sugar pots off me and just stuff like that. And then, yeah, it's just like final sweeps now. And then, so I'm in this place now. Today is Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to be here. And then Monday's the last day. So Monday's the day that I hand the keys back. I have to settle a few things at work. And then my dad's going to come and pick me up. And then I'll put a few things in the back of his car. I'll spend the night at my parents'. And then that'll be it. So it'll be really sad. It'll be weird seeing this place so empty. But I bumped into a woman yesterday when I was taking rubbish out. And it's her friend who's bought the place. So I was chatting to her. And I remember she came to view the place with her son. And she was lovely. Really, really, really nice woman. So I'm kind of pleased that it's going to like a nice new owner. It's going to be looked after. But it was nice actually. We had a moment when we were standing on the balcony and we were chatting. And I was just saying like, this is what sold the place, from, you know, to me, this view, it's stunning. And she was like, yeah, like this is what I wanted, like a nice view over the river. And I was like, well, get ready for some nice sunsets. It's stunning. And that is one thing I will miss. Yeah, it's going to be sad, man, but on to bigger and better things, right? I'm alive. I'm alive. Got me closer to the edge than ever. We both want it, but we don't surrender. Been a long time, but I'm back in town. This time I'm not leaving without you. And when you touch me like this, and when you hold me like that, I just had to admit that it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back, it's all coming back to me now. And there were flashes of light. There were things I'd never do again, but then they'd always seem right. But you made history with the slamming of the door. Moved in here, there was these pieces of art that was on the wall. Now I personally thought that they were absolutely vile. So the first thing I did is just took them off the wall and just hid them in this cupboard. Now obviously because I'm moving out, I've had to take like all of my stuff down and haven't put this stuff back up. And it's weird because I've literally put it in there and just ignored it for like the 2.5 years that I've been in here. So I'm gonna get some of it out now. And it's just weird, like thinking I have to put this back up. So like, you know, this fetching piece. Who doesn't like riding a bike with a basket full of flowers? And then Home Sweet Home and a view of Paris. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, maybe this one, I think I hung one up in here the other day. Yeah, some more flowers, but yeah. So I'm trying to remember where these were, not that it really matters. I remember this Home Sweet Home was hanging up here where I've had the clock. So I might put, I don't know, this up and then figure it out. Last shower in the flat.
To the next owner of this flat, I created some incredible memories in this place. In this very room, in fact. This is where I started YouTube. There's some memories of mine in here that I'll never forget. It all started as something to do to pass time during lockdown in 2020. I had no idea what it would go on to become. I also started 2 podcasts during my time here, one called Into You and the other Last Week On. Oh yeah, and I moved the recording of everything in the other room. I met some incredible people through the podcasts, through YouTube, and just finding your people with similar interests. And I can't wait to carry on with both. Some of my best memories have happened right here in this living room and kitchen. I remember during lockdown when we weren't allowed outside at all and I was exercising nearly every day right here. And when restrictions started to ease and we could have people over again, I had all my buddies over immediately. And you want to bet I threw the best Halloween party here last year in 2021. It was all out, everyone dressed up, and this place looked incredible. I'm gonna miss this place. The sunsets on the balcony, the quiet nights, the walks along the river. It's looked after me, and I know it'll look after you too. Oh, and one last thing. There's a demon in the loft. Just ignore it.